Alright. Fourth episode of Dad Can We Talk? Today, it's a special episode. I'm with one of my little brothers, my young homies, Mr. Ray Perosi. We go way back. And when I say way back, we go way back in the time. It's a young brother that I truly respect. Everything about him, man. He's always been real. He's always been, to me, just loyal, you know. And that's one thing I always respected about him. He never changed. Always been the same person. And, you know, you got to respect that about a man. And now seeing him transform over the years, you know, becoming a father. And I see where he's at right now. And to me, you know, I got to respect it, you know. You know, there's some people out there that don't do the things that they should do. You know, there's some fathers out there that be tripping and for whatever reason don't be with their children or don't want to do this with their children or just ain't there, whatever the case may be. But I don't know this young man to be that. And like I say, man, I gotta respect him. Everything that he's doing, man. He's definitely a good example to a lot of other young men coming up behind him. And you know, like I always say about Dad Can We Talk, we are not perfect dads. We are not perfect dads. This ain't about being a perfect dad. This is about being a real dad. This is about being, you know, a dad that's willing to do whatever it takes to make sure our children and our families are taken care of. It's about stepping up to the plate, even when we don't feel like stepping up to the plate. It's about just taking on the responsibility of everything that entails being a father. And anybody out there that is a father know what I'm talking about. And you know how real it is and how challenging it can be at times. So I always like to applaud dads who stand up in the paint, man, and never give up. And yeah, man, welcome to the show, my friend.
How you doing,
What's
bro?
What's good? So yeah, you know, I'm gonna get right into it, bro.
Let's do it.
Like I say, one thing I like about our relationship, you know, I always believe that God always kept us close. Even though you was like a jit, you know, and I always tell my wife, you know, when I was younger, you know, I always hung out. For me, I felt like I always hung out with jits, but I always loved y'all boys, man. You know, you, little bro Amp, Twan, Matt. You know, I was always with y'all boys, Quan. You know, y'all always just some cool chicks to me, man. You know, balling, doing whatever we used to do, man. Just wilding out.
Started on the court.
Yeah. Way back them old Stampede tournaments, man. Being on the road at them hotels, y'all boys was wilding. You know, and I just see where our relationship has grown over the years, man. And honestly, bro, like, I love what we are now. One thing I always go back to is back in 2007. It always blow my mind still to this day, man. You know, we all could have lost our life that day, bro. When you think back to that day, man, like, what does it take you? Like, what do you remember about that whole day?
I remember everything.
Yeah.
Like literally everything. I remember sneaking out the house, telling my little brother Junior that, you know, we finna go to the fair, man. We finna go to the fairgrounds. Torn up and we finna take the moment of crisis, so we finna look good.
Yeah.
Man, we ended up taking the what I had a Suburban.
That was Suburban, yeah.
Suburban, yeah. We ended up taking Suburban. I snuck out. Snuck out the window, told my brother like cover for me. I'll be gone. It was cool. Everything was good. I done got out. Everything was great. You know, we got in the truck. Shaw picked us up. I never get. We come down with what 53rd.
Yes,
come
sir.
Down 53rd. Listen to that Jeezy Crazy World. I knew the song. I
Yo,
listen to that song.
Jeezy, what?
Yeah, we listen to that Jeezy. Crump. I see the light get ready to turn. It's yellow. We straight though. We had it. But the other person, I guess, felt the same way.
Alright.
Came and hit us, and it was. All I remember is car spinning in circles. I seen that glaring light right here. I just remember Imp screaming. I just remember Imp screaming something. I remember it like it was yesterday. I said something about his daddy told him about a dream or something that this was going to happen. And he was screaming, and everybody looked crazy once in his head. That looking low. Shaw like, oh man, I think Shaw don't worry about the truck. He was gonna get in trouble, but
What? That's all I was thinking, bro. Like, well, Uncle Al finna kill me, bro.
But yeah, when it's all said and done, though, I mean, I just feel blessed. Like we made it. I was just telling my brother about that whole situation last night, and it just go to show you, like, I was just thinking, like, man, I done snuck out the house. What if we would have died or something? God forbid. What if something happened for real? And I snuck out. That would have been on my conscience.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like more of the story.
That's real.
Good. Everybody getting not everybody getting accident, but you know, that was one to actually like. I still got back problems from that to this day.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's real, bro. You know, and I think back on that a lot, man. When I think back on, you know, like, dang, when I see where we are now, all of us got children now. You know, I got 3, Twan got 1, Amp got 2, Matt got what, 2 now, and you got what?
3.
You got 3, and like I'm looking at like, dang, boy, God had all this in store for us, boy, stored up in our loins. You know, we couldn't leave at that time, bro. You know, cause what, I was 18, y'all boys like 14 at that time, and yeah. Alright, yeah, boy.
Oh man,
yeah.
The truck, that's what had
that bass, boy. Man, had that thing hitting, boy. I'm like,
took that Chrysler, we wouldn't have made it though.
alright, for real, cause boy, the way I feeling that night, you know, I had already ran the first light. I'm like, shoot, boy, I'm feeling like, boy, we finna I'll do it again.
We was crunk off of that.
I don't know.
Jesus, that crazy world, bro. I remember it, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, bro, we was tripping, man. But yeah, dog, on the fatherhood, man. So you got 3 children, like
3 boys.
How has fatherhood been to you? Like, what has that experience been like to you? How has it changed you?
It made me start thinking. It made me start like realizing, okay, like before it's like when I get ready, if I do something that's like I know that's bad or something, or I just know maybe this ain't a good idea. It ain't really care if it was good or bad to me because I ain't had nothing. It was just me. So like, okay, well, if something happened to me, well, that's my mom would probably be mad or whatever, cool. But now that I got kids, every decision is based off of them. Okay, if I leave out to go do this, now what if something happens to me? I don't come on with something. Or just anything, like, cause I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta be here, like, and they boys, so I have to be here. They got their mama, you know, don't get me wrong, man. They got good mama, don't get me wrong, but they need dad.
Straight up.
Dad gotta be here. Cause we the boy, like we the man, like, so you know.
Straight up. That's real.
It's been good to me though. It's been good.
Yeah, it changing everything, you know.
Even if you don't want to even if you don't want to be changed, you gonna change.
That's real.
I don't care what you talking about. Like, you gonna change.
That's real.
If you can sit there and look at them child and kids in their eyes or something, and you know, and that don't get to you now, you a cold-hearted person. All right. You a cold-hearted person, bro.
Straight up.
Like, you can just sit there and just walk out and, like, you know what I'm saying, you have the opportunity to be in their life, and you don't do that, you a cold-hearted person, bro.
All right. Especially when you can look them in their face, bro, and you see yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you see your features in
that's your child,
man,
like, you know what I'm saying?
That thing do something to you, bro.
You'll learn, for real.
That's real. That's real. And that's something that I ain't never really understood. Like, dog, how can a man, bro, look his children in the face and just be like, Nah, I ain't gonna be there. Like, it don't even make sense. Like, it don't compute in my mind. Like,
it don't.
Yeah, bro. Like, I just ain't gonna be there. I ain't gonna call them. I ain't gonna never go pick them up.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna. I just walk out on them like, huh?
And I learned though, it's some stuff, man, that I seen and I done witnessed like that. Some stuff will make a person do that though for real. Like, not even intentionally, but whatever them and the mom got going on, because some stuff ain't perfect, bro. Like,
yeah. Straight
I
up.
seen, like, you know what I'm saying? I grew up thinking like my dad, like, he wasn't no dad. Like, you know what I'm saying? I used to think that.
Yeah.
Until I got older and then I had kids myself. And then I was going through with my kids' moms and, you know, the regular stuff. And I'm like, man, I do everything I'm supposed to, man. Like, I don't understand. Like, I used to always want to do the right stuff. Like, as long as they happy, I know I'm good. You can't call. I just ain't want to be called a deadbeat.
Yeah.
I think that was my biggest thing. Like, that word used to like get to me. Like, nah, they ain't never called me that.
Yeah.
But well, you never know like how the situations is. You never know how you got here too. You never know.
Yeah.
That relationship will determine like you growing up. Sometimes you may think like, okay, he don't want to be in my life, or dang, where my dad at, or this and that. But you don't know what him and your mom went through, or you don't even know how you really even got here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you may not saying I was, but you may have been like, it may just been, you know, a good night, or you know, it may just been like something, just an accident. You never know what it was. You
That's
know what
real.
I'm saying? So it's like when you get older, and you have your kids, then you go through your situations, you'll see for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like as long as they try, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and you remember those times, that's cool.
You got to try. Like, if you ain't tried, like, then it's
you don't care,
like you say,
like,
you cold.
Yeah, because it's
cold.
like, I know it's stuff that make you like, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to do nothing else. I don't want to. I'm just feeling, you get to that point.
Yeah.
Especially when them kids ain't in your same household, you get to that point.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? You got to think about them still. Like, even with that, you still
Straight
got to
up.
think about that.
Straight up. You talked about your dad. Like, what was what was your relationship with your dad growing up?
It was, you know what I'm saying? It was great. He was there, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. But it's like we wasn't close. Like, we wasn't real. Like, right now, I can probably call him. We can talk. But it'll kind of be like on it's a cool vibe. It won't be like no father and son type of thing. Because it's like, I learned a lot of stuff like that I was supposed to learn from him by myself, or just like watching other people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And like, I had a stepdad also. I still do. You know what I'm saying? I see him as my dad too right now, but it just showed me like how life is different. Like, you never know. Like, that's why I never, even with my kids, like, you know, me and their mom not together, but I know sooner or later, like, they were gonna have kids, or they were gonna have somebody else in the household, whatever, who end up with it, whatever. You can't stop that. You know what I'm saying? Like, stepdad, so like, I was a stepchild for like my whole life. So it was like, I never got mad about no other person being around my child or this and that, because for one, with you having boys, I feel like you want another man around your child.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? With their mama, if you not there, you know what I'm saying? And you not being there doesn't mean you not a good daddy.
Straight
you know
up.
What I'm saying?
Straight up.
Yeah, it's hard dealing with it from the outside. Like, you still got to take care for this child, and y'all, they not under the same roof, and you still got your roof to take care of too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's
and see, and that's something that I started looking at stats.
Yeah.
And I think at times people say that the black dad is absent because the black dad is not in the house. And I'm like, hold up. That can't be. And I started seeing where all the stats started coming from, where they would say, you know, the black dad is absent. But I'm like, an absent dad, like, just because you're not in the house with your children doesn't mean that you're an absent dad. Because there's a lot of fathers that aren't in the house with their children that are more present than some men living in the house with their children. And that's what people don't understand. It's like, it has to go beyond just being there. I think some men get content with just saying, "Oh well, I'm in the house with my children." It's like, okay, yeah, that's good, bro. Like,
I don't mean nothing because you
like,
can be in the house with your kids all week, all day, every day, and they won't learn nothing.
Nothing.
Like they won't learn nothing at all from you. Just being around. Cause I used to think that's what I'm saying. I used to think like, well, as long as I'm around them, like it don't matter if I can't spend no money on them or this and that. As long as they just around me, which that's a good thing. But still, you can't just sit around them. That don't.
Yeah.
Nah, you gotta talk to them, like figure out what's going on in their heads, like. Then it's a different generation now, bro, different era. So it's like the stuff that we thought we was doing young, they starting early because of the different seasons now, like you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
real.
How life changing and stuff, man. But back to like when you was asking about my dad, like he a good person. Don't get me wrong, like and the crazy part about it is I had 3 kids, my mama had 2 kids. I'm his only child. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think when he was still like in his prime time, like, you know what I'm saying? Still, he was young, still too, doing his thing, this and that. And him and my mom, it was on good turn, then bad turn. You know how I go up and down, this and that. And like I say, I didn't see my mom and my daddy in the same room until it was out that my baby mom was pregnant. Yeah. This one I was in my senior year in high school at GHS. Like I'll never forget, I got a note from the office. I'm like, what I did, like, okay, I'm trying to think of like something like that. What I did I skip or did I do something? And I got a letter and I went, I knew it was something. And when I walked in, I looked to the right, I seen him and I seen my mom. And I knew something was up because I never seen them in the same room like that. You know, so don't get me wrong, like I done been like, my mom took me to him when I was younger, this and that, and whatever. But as far as like, just coming somewhere and seeing them in like the same room, that was like kind of like weird, like you know what I'm saying. So it's like when I walked in the room, I seen them with it was weird, and that just goes to show you like you just never know what's gonna go on. But like I said, I can call him. I was never scared to call him. Yeah. Like even when I had my firstborn, when I found out she was pregnant, and I called him, he was so nonchalant to it, and which that's how I am. I'm nonchalant to a lot of stuff. Like that's just me. Like. I found myself as I'm older now, I'm 27 years old now, so I see a lot of my similarities from him. Like, I'm an introvert. I don't really like being around a lot of people like that. Like I'm a social person because you know what I'm saying, my business and everything, so I have to socialize with people. But it's like I'd rather be alone, you know what I'm saying? And especially that I live by myself, like I like to be by myself now. And that's how he is. Like people tell me that all the time. Like, you know, he like to be by himself. He like to do this and that. He don't be around people, this and that. And I used to see that. But he a good person though. Don't get me wrong. I ain't you know. When I was younger, I grew up mad. Like I used to be mad at him. Like for real. Like bro, what is you doing? Like I don't understand. Like why you don't want to be around me? Like do you even know who I like? Your son. Like people know your son. Like you know what's going on. And then you only got one child. So I used to be like when I started having 1, 2, then 3 kids, I'm like, bro, I take care of 3 kids. You got 1 child. You should just want to be around me. Like, I don't understand. Like, I know people come to you and, because a lot of people to this day, they don't even know, like, that's my real daddy. Yeah. Like, they don't. Like, if you close to me, like, you know from back then, you know that. People know that. But as far as, like, you know, my stepdad had been around for so long that it's kind of like, people, oh yeah, that's you know, that's Bosa, like this and that, which is my step. Which don't get me wrong, that man, he was there, like he was there. That's real. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it got me so to the point now, like I never try to like beef with my baby mamas, like other baby daddies or like other dudes around my kids, cause you can't do that. Straight up, like, straight up. You can't do that, bro. Like you can't. Straight up. As long as those. You know what I'm saying? Whoever around your kids, they not harming them in any type of way. Straight up. You can't. Like I never seen like my people, my dad like beefing with my brother and them daddy. I never really seen that. Like my stepdad's like something like that, but that was different. As far as like my little brother and them, like his dad, like who I live with too, I never seen them like I always seen them like cool. And I figured out like if there is a problem, if somebody's mad, it's because one of them they insecure about the mom, which I I'm past that point now. Like, I'm not even on that. Like, them kids is important.
Straight
One
up.
thing I tell my dad, my blood dad, and my stepdad, now that just be in your grandkids' life. It's not about me no more.
All right.
Yeah,
Straight up.
It ain't about me no more, bro.
Straight
like,
up.
I forgive you for everything in the past, and I can't hold you against nothing, like, at all. Like, I love you to death. You know, I'll never want nothing bad to happen to you. You know what I'm saying? But I grew up knowing that, like, if you realize you can see the difference, like, change it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because, your daddy wasn't there, you don't know why he wasn't there.
Alright.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if he wasn't there because he didn't want to, that's a different story.
Mm-hmm.
But if he wasn't there because he was trying, he got frustrated, and baby mama problems, or child support problems, or, just life, period. You got to give him at least some type of respect for trying. You know what I'm saying? I respect anybody for trying.
Straight up.
Now, if you don't, you can't even hang around me, bro.
Straight
up. There's nobody that's even around me that's a dead, you know.
Alright, can't do it.
Can't trust you, like.
Alright.
For real.
For real. Like, if you can't care for your own children, you don't care nothing about me. For real. I know that for sure. For real. That's real, bro. That's real. And I like what you say about the whole stepdad thing, because like you say, if you ain't there, hopefully somebody there. Hopefully somebody stepping in.
For the days that you not there, like, you know.
That's real. That's real.
It's just take care of it like it was yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if they got a daddy and he take care of his business and he take care of them and he's not even there, and you're with their peoples or whatever, but he still take care of the kids and he still do what he's supposed to do. You can't do nothing but respect him. You don't have to respect him, but you can't do nothing but help respect him. So when it comes to that, you just gotta know your boundaries. Like, don't try to be a daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they already got one. He always take care of it. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
He's not coming at you like, hey, do your part. You know what I'm saying? And then when it comes to mom and dad, mind your business. You know, in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Just know that we still got kids. We still got to take care of them. We still got to be older and grown about it. You know what I'm saying? So I never been a hater of the stepdad thing, but when it comes to a stepdad, it's like it's levels to the stepdad. Though, for real. It's that's levels. Real. It really is. And it ain't just who your baby mama with at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, my stepdad was always somebody that my mama was actually with.
Alright.
Like, that we actually lived with. Like, every person that, two people that I call my stepdad out of my life, like, I actually lived with them.
Alright.
Like, my little brother Kenrick, his daddy, Peanut, I lived with him before, you know what I'm saying? And my brothers Cody and Jalen and them, like, my stepdaddy, like Willie Yarborough, like, I lived with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just call, whoever around my mom, that's my stepdad. It don't work like that.
No.
It's about who really helping. You know what I'm saying? There's a level to also taking care of your stepkids, or however you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's real.
Gotta take care of them for real.
That's real.
Ain't no part time, no half time. No, you gotta do just as much as the real dad do. Like,
that's real. That's real. And even if it ain't on the level of like you say, like a father-son thing, because like with my stepdad, we ain't never really had like a father-son relationship.
Yeah.
I ain't really never looked to him for that. But one thing I will say is, as far as him providing for our house, dog, man, listen to me, bro. All I ever known, bro. When I met that man back in I was probably 5th grade, 6th grade when I first met him. But all I ever known, that man was working 2 jobs, bro. Like, off one job, come home, sleep for a couple hours, off to the next job. Get off of that job, come home, sleep for a couple hours, off to the other job. It's like, I seen that man do that stuff all the way up until that's all I ever known from him. And it was like, I respected that. Like, he ain't never did nothing to me. I mean, we had the best relationship in the world. Like, honestly, I was cool with him, you know. And I just always respected the fact that, I felt like, he provided for the house, and he made sure that he was bringing that money in, and I, like, if that was all it was, but for me, I appreciate that, because I know at times, he I feel like we wouldn't have made it if he wasn't doing what he was doing. You know, just for me on the outside looking in, I don't know what him and my mama had going on.
Exactly.
But all I know is, bro, we was eating. We was, you know, we kept a roof over our head. You know,
Your mama was straight.
She was straight. And so I'm like,
she was straight.
Hey, for me, I still tell him to this day, you know, I appreciate you, bro. You know, it is what it is, dog. Like, I love you. You know, and I always look at him like my stepdad. Like, because most of my life, that's who I knew who was in my house. You know, and then, you know, Elp Dad, too. Elp Dad always was there, you know. Like, he always, like you say, I stayed in the house with Big Elp, man. And he always was somebody who showed me love, respect, you know, and I think more than anything, I had a more of a father-son relationship with him in my younger days. I felt like I used to love that cat, bro. Like, for real. And like you say, even when my stepdad came in the picture, he was still there, you know, taking care of Elp. You know, always making sure Elp was straight. Coming over to the house, come pick us up, come do a little something with us, you know. And I respect that, bro. You know, I respect that, man. That's why I say you ain't got to be in the house with the children to be involved. Like, you ain't got, like, to be present. You don't have to be there.
No, you don't.
But as long as you doing your part, is doing as much as you can, you know, you coming to pick them kids up. You know, you coming to pick your son, and you coming to pick your daughter up. You going to do things with them. You spending time. You know, you having those conversations with them. It's like, bro, that's all a part of being a present parent. You know,
it is.
It's more than just the money.
It's more than just being there, man. It's so much to this data stuff, man. And I done learned so much, and I'm still learning, man. It's so much, but I still see a lot of people, even around my generation, that when they start having kids, they so worried about like the shape back more than they worried about the future for their kids. Like, we young, like, y'all don't understand. If you had kids like around your 20s or something, that's still young. Mm-hmm. It's scary, like, because we just still looking at it like for right now. I'm 27. My oldest is 8 years old. Mm-hmm. Everybody looking for like the moment right now, but they ain't thinking about, okay, when you gotta buy that car for them, you know what I'm saying, in about 10 years. You can't buy no car right now, because you buy a car right now, you put it up for them, it's gonna be 10 years old by the time it's gonna be an antique when they get it.
Alright, that's real.
So it's like, it go back to saying, like, it's more than like being a dad. Like, these kids gotta eat 3 times a day.
Alright.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm gonna go to the point, like, being outside of the house. Like, like, my kids, don't get me wrong, they got a room here, they can come whenever they come, they come here every other weekend. When they come here, they got their own room, whatever. Don't get me wrong, they got a house they can come to whenever. But they primarily live with their moms. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just blessed and thankful to have, you know what I'm saying, a roof for them to come over here that's mine. Like, they can come over here, they got their own room, they got their clothes, their shoes, their moms don't got to send nothing. They have everything they need when they come over here. They can call, hey, Daddy, we going to our house? Yeah, we going to our house. They can say that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm blessed for that. But like I say, it's more to it, bro. Like, these kids gotta eat. You gotta keep these kids hygiene up. They get sick. You have to go to the store to buy medicine. You gotta keep that in your cabinets. You have to keep groceries. Like, if you by yourself, you know what I'm saying, that's cool. You can you know, you can go get your little something and then thug it out on leftovers or fast food or whatever. You don't got time to cook, you know, stuff like that. But them kids, they gotta eat. Even when they do eat, they gotta eat after they eat, because they gonna get hungry. They just kids. They may just be hungry because they may not even be hungry, but they just hungry. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, school, like, you can't just drop these kids off and go on about your business and then pick them up at 2, 4 to 3 o'clock or whatever time they get out. No, you gotta see what they did that whole day. Hey, what y'all did today? Mm-hmm. What you learned today? Tell me what your curriculum was today, or what y'all did. Like, tell me what you know what I'm saying? Don't just tell me, oh, we just went to lunch. No. You gotta figure out that, go through their folders, like, look at their folders, because the kid, they send stuff home every day. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The teacher ain't got time to call all 20 kids, parents, hey, this is what they got from home. No, you gotta look in their folders. Like, you have to look. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to. Like, it's way more than just
real responsibility.
You take your kids or buy them some J's or something. Like, I done bought so many pair of shoes, man. That didn't.
And they grow fast.
They grow fast, bro. I got 3 kids. Like when I buy shoes, man, you do the math, dog. Like, for real, bro. Like, I bought so many shoes, and this and that. It got to the point where I just stopped really buying clothes. Like, I just started buying shoes because they grow so fast. They need shoes more than they need clothes. I just let mamas, buy their clothes, whatever. But it's way more than this, bro. It's like, and then if you can't take care of yourself, how are you gonna take care of your kids?
That's real.
And if they don't live with you, it's like it's double duty. Like man,
that's real, bro. That's real, bro. And on the whole, taking care of the thing, like, so this is something that I don't think that people really respect dads enough for, because even just historically, we've been the providers for our home. That's always been like the man's job, just to be the provider. But if you look at stats, bro, when you look at the stats, I think the last study that was done by the Pew Research Center was like maybe 2015, 2016, and they did a whole study of the dynamics of the family. So, years ago, 50 years ago, most families were dad worked full time, mom not at home. Then you say, you start getting into like the 80s, 90s, dad full time, mom part time. Nowadays, you see a lot of men and women, especially when it's a 2-parent household, mom and dad work full time. So now with mom and dad working full time, both working full time, what was the woman's responsibility throughout the years? Always to, be the homemaker, do the chores around the house, the cook and the clean and all that stuff. But now with mom working full time now, mom ain't got time to only be the only person doing that stuff. So now, and this is something that I'm always stressing to men. My thing is, especially for men that do live in the house with their children. And this is something that I don't think a lot of people pay attention to. Man, there's some men out that really are doing, we work full time. We pick the kids up from school, cook at home, you do laundry, all that, bro. Like, take care of the bills, manage the finances, all that stuff. And it's like, bro, that stuff can be like weary, bro. Like you can become so weary and overwhelmed at times. Yo. And I think at times, people look at dads like, we are these supermen, bro. Like, we're just, y'all can handle it. And rightfully so, I think we can handle it. And I think that's why a lot of men do handle it. They do handle it. But at times it is heavy. Yeah. And I don't think that's something that a lot of people really look at in this day. It ain't the fact that we're looking for credit. Like, it's something that, I went through in this last week, bro. Like, just being so overwhelmed. Just with everything, just responsibilities, period, bro. And it ain't the fact that, you're looking for something. It's just the reality of the situation. It's like I look at my situation. Like, I work full time, go to school full time. I'm a minister. I'm a father of 3 children and a husband. And at times, bro, all of those responsibilities all into one, bro, that junk is like real deal heavy. And I be thinking like, boy, I gotta figure out how to balance all of these tasks, all of these things, because it's like all 3 of my children individually have these expectations on me. They do. All of them have an expectation that they need for me to meet. And then my wife also has an expectation that she needs for me to meet. Then my job, especially when you somebody on my job, like I'm like one of the top dudes So there's a super high expectation on me. And then, you know, when you in ministry and people know you in ministry, there's a lot of people that always come to you with their problems and they need your help and they want prayer and all this stuff. And then that stuff can get heavy on you at times. And then just regular old, school, the expectations that are there from school, and then just all the other extra outside stuff that's coming, you know, your car messed up, you know, you got stuff going on in your family. You got friends that just going through, or you going through, like all these extra, just all the other extra stuff. Bro, that stuff right there is so heavy. And my question to you is like, you might not have all that stuff that I got going on, but you got a lot on your plate. How do you balance, bro? Like, how do you balance, you know, I know you're an entrepreneur running your own business, and you got, you know, like you said, you got to be interactive with people all day, you know, out here really making this stuff happen. You know, like you can't just sit back and say, like, okay, I work at a warehouse. I know what my work look like every day, you know, because I'm working for someone else. They already have the structure in order. I just go in there and do what I'm supposed to do. For you, you have like you're the person who got to go set up, you know, you got to make the contact, you know, you got to do all that. So I can only imagine how heavy that stuff can be like. And just talk about that, like the responsibilities of being, you know, a father and being an entrepreneur and balancing your life like that.
It's like I always had, when I had them kids, it's like, okay, when I had one, it was like, okay, I can get by, you know, maintaining how I've been maintaining from the start, you know, even by just taking care of myself. Because I had my first when I was like 18, when I was 18, I had him. And then it was like I was living in Tampa at that time. So it wasn't really, you know, I had a child, it was still a big thing around my time. Like when you was my age to have a child that early, it was still a big thing. Like when I was in high school, probably like one person I probably say like Kenneth Skanes or something was the other person that had his child early. But it's like it was a big deal around my time. So like, all I knew was like it cost money. I knew that. Yeah. Like, I knew that like if anything, if I didn't even know how to take care of no child, I knew it cost money. So it's like when I ended up, me and my son's mom ended up moving together. It's like I think that's what got me tied up. Like we moving to our first apartment. So it kind of goes back to where I'm gonna start where you said that. You know, balancing all that, because I was there before. I was in the household taking care of a family, you know what I'm saying? I was taking care of 2 kids, taking care of my kids' mama. And I also ended up having my second born with my other son's mom. So I had 2 baby mamas at the time. But these was 2 females, you know.
Sheesh. Yeah,
these was 2 females that I was really with, like, in my high school career for real. Like, it wasn't like I just had kids from just, you know, somebody I was messing with, this and that. My second child's mom was actually my girlfriend. And then my firstborn, who I ended up getting pregnant while I was with my girlfriend, that was kind of like, you know, that was who went to school with me. We was around each other every day, you know, so it's kind of like the movie Baby Boy, kind of really like, honestly, like, it just happened. I feel like God just made everything happen for a reason, because I know these 2 women. Like, I know both of them, like, from the back of my hand. So it's like, I'd rather go through it with them, you know what I'm saying, and then go through it with some random people that I didn't really know like that, or just somebody I just wasn't compatible with. And these were like my last 2 girlfriends, like, you know. So it's like, when I ended up having 3 kids, and I was around like, I want to say 21, 22 with 3 kids. That was scary.
Yeah, boy, that's real, boy.
Bro, it was scary. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was kind of embarrassing at the time, because it was like, I had so many people expecting like so much from me from like high school. Like people had like really high expectations for me, like from my family to like just everybody around me. Like it was like they just expected like, okay, he's just gonna go to school, he gonna do this, he gonna do that. Then it's like when I ended up having one, okay, he had a child early. Oh man, when I had 2 and I was still young, they was just like, oh yeah, ooh. And then I had my 3rd. I kind of felt like everybody's kind of like, you know what, he done ruined his life. Like that's kind of how I felt. Yeah. But it's like when I got in Tampa, like I was living a college life. Like I I was living in real college. I never lived college before, so when I was down, I was like, okay, my son's mom was bringing my son to see me every other weekend. But really, I want to say probably every weekend. You know, I was working overnight at Walmart. I got my first job when I was living in Tampa. It was overnight stalker. I was working from Monday all the way like to Saturday. And I get up that Saturday morning. I'm off that Saturday, and that Sunday, and that Monday. I go in that Monday night. So, but before that, I always knew how to work because my grandma owned a cleaning business. So she always took me to work with her because the clean house. So I knew how to clean house. I knew how to keep myself clean. Dad, I ran a car wash detailing shop, so I was always out there working. That was really like my real first job was like car washing and stuff. Even when I was young, he just wouldn't let us do nothing but vacuum. Like we can only vacuum for a certain amount of time. That was it. So I knew how to work. So I've been working. I've been disciplined with money. So when I ended up having 3 kids. I had to work. So it's like it was times. But with that car wash, man, I probably made like $160, $180 for the whole week, 60 hours a week, busting out on cars and stuff, and having to like manage my money to take care of kids, like my kids. That's not even including myself. You know what I'm saying? That's hard, bro, because like money play a big part in a relationship. It do.
That's real.
I don't care what nobody say. It play a big part because money make me frustrated sometimes.
That's real.
But
it's gonna do that.
Man, that just goes to the part. But I done had so many jobs, bro, and like worked so many jobs, all type of crazy hours. I used to get jobs. I didn't care what the hours was. I just wanted a job.
Yeah.
Because I knew I had to take care of, you know what I'm saying, the family. And once I started taking care of the family, I got used to it. I wasn't hanging out no more. It kept me out of the way. Like, you know what I'm saying? I tried it. Before that, I was wild, man. In high school, I'm talking about, I was wild. A bunch of females and just, you know, just partying all the time and going out all the time and just, you know, just getting out of high school.
Straight up.
Yeah,
I know.
What you want to do. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know how we was.
Yeah,
bro. Like,
straight up.
Yeah, but once I was like, I might as well try it. I might as well. So I stopped messing around. I tried a little family thing. You know what I'm saying? It got its little bits and pieces, got its ups and downs, but that goes to me saying I had a whole bunch of jobs. It got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm gonna work for myself. So it's like I was a contractor for a cable business, and that was crazy how we ended up getting that job because my cousin at both of the time we both needed jobs, and he had kids too. So it was like we had to do this. And he was sitting behind a cable truck one day. They said we hiring. Called me like, cuz you wanna try it? We ain't got nothing else to do. We tried it. It was contracting work, and it was pretty much you was self-employed, so you had to do everything. You had to get your EIN number. You had to get your fictitious name. You had to file the LLC. You had to get insurance and all that stuff. But I didn't know that the whole time with me doing all that. I knew I was self-employed and I worked for myself, and we were still dealing with another, you know what I'm saying, a group like Cox. We was dealing with them. You know what I'm saying? So all I knew was we self-employed still. We 1099 contractors. All that paperwork and stuff that we was doing was the same paperwork that you would do as if you was going into a business for yourself. Like you get ready to start your own business. Like not contracting through nobody, your own business. And I did that I was doing that for like almost about 5 years doing cable. So I did that same process so many times because I worked with so many different groups that you had to do that same process for. So it's like, last time, man, like they laid us out so many times, and it got to the point one time I had to leave and go to Pensacola and work. I had to. It wasn't like I be like, oh, no, y'all go ahead. I ain't going. No, I had to because for one, I had bills coming up still. My kids still had to eat. Daycare was still going. You know, my kids' mom, they had to, we had bills, like I said. So did that, and I got so used to okay, we work this money, you make this good money. It's up and down, then they lay you off without you even knowing. Or they tell you, hey, we leaving, we going out of state. You can either come with us and work for a little bit, see how you like it. We'll move your family down here. We'll pay for the moving expenses, but you're on your own after 6 months. Now, they go to telling you that, and you buy 25, 24, bro. And you like, man, I'm tired of starting over. I'm tired of this. And you tired of people playing with your money. And that's not no stable job. It's contracting work, so it's up and down. You may do good for a whole month. The next month may be slow as ever. I learned all that. Like I learned the seasons when it's slow. I learned the management. I learned to save money. I I ended up going to business for myself. Like I said, I started out car washing at my daddy's shop. So I always knew the simple like ins and outs of like basic like detailing and stuff. Like I knew how to work. That wasn't nothing. I knew how to get up out of bed and go to work. But it's like once I started working so much, man, it was like, okay, I'm making good money. So all I gotta do is just show up to work or work extra hours. And I was making good money. I was making money, but I was away from my kids. You know what I'm saying? So I used to get off late, bro. Like, and my kids used to be in the bed asleep already. Like, you know what I'm saying? It used to happen like on consecutive nights. Like I'm talking about, it used to get to me. Cause I used to be like, man, I know they waiting for me. Like I know he waiting for me. Get there, then they sleep.
Yeah.
And then I don't get to see them till the morning. But that's for like a little bit, and then the ride to school, you know what I'm saying? So when I ended up going into business for myself, I said, you know what? Like my last, you could say my last kind of like a little bit of overhead that I had when I was doing contract work. I'll never forget I asked for like my last check, we kind of got into it. And I was like, well, am I gonna get my money or not? And he told me he gonna think about it. It's like that's the last time I let somebody like kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real.
I work hard, bro. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't ask for much. I don't. But I know for a fact that I can bet on myself because I'm going to work. You feel me? So it's like, when it come to that, like, once I wanted to business myself, it was like, I took a big sacrifice in order to be like around my kids too. You know what I'm saying? Because like, when I was working with somebody else too, like not necessarily working with somebody else, but I still had an overhead. It was kind of like, I still had to like hurry up and get off work and do this for my kids or BTA practice or something, or get off early or somehow try to finesse a job to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, get off and try to get there, you know what I'm saying? If they had something to do at school or something. I got tired of like, it was stressful. It was stressful, bro. Like it was, you know what I'm saying? Like even just to work by itself, that was stressful.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? The money was good, don't get me wrong, because I seen a lot of money doing it. But it's like once I got into my business myself, my mind was so wrapped into that type of work and to the fact that I worked myself to the top. I was like, bro, this is something that you really just learned, bro. And you was on top 10, like top 5, top 3 at the most, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a couple times every month, bro, that go to show you can learn anything, you know what I'm saying? And to the point I was forced to learn that stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what, bro, you already know how to do detailing, bro. Like, I'll never be broke because I know how to wash a car. I don't know how just to wash a car, I know how to detail a car. That's been something that was instilled in me since I was young from my stepdaddy. You know what I'm saying? That's why I give him a lot of credit because he gave us something that we'll never, you know what I'm saying, we'll always be able to feed my G. You know what I'm saying? I can go outside and wash a car for like, even if it's $20. If I'm hurt that bad, give me $20, I'll wash your car. I can take them same $20 and I can somehow make that work and feed 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? So it was like,
real, bro. When
I get ready to go into my business, I was like, bro, you know what? I know how to do all the paperwork and stuff. I done did like 3, 4, 5 times for somebody else. Not even realizing that they was just teaching me the steps of like, that you gotta file all this paperwork and stuff for your own business. So I knew how to do that. So, and the average person not gonna know how to do all that paperwork. Like, it's a lot. But the thing is, like, bro, you can do the same thing you was doing for somebody else for yourself. Look at the money you made for somebody else after learning something that you did not know a lick about. Learned it, bro. Did it. Couple months. Improved to yourself that, hey, I can meet their goals. I can meet their expectations. I can meet their number. You know, like at the warehouse, you got to be a certain production. Yeah. It was kind of like that. And once I was hitting that easily, like, it was motivating me. Like, hey, bro, like, all these dudes been here longer than you, all these couple years, and you just did. It's like it's nothing but numbers. I always been good with numbers. You know what I'm saying? So once I started it. Like, I always ran my business, but as far as actually, like, okay, everything complete, everything literally in my name, you can go on every side, you can look me up, this and that. That just started January 1st. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Before all that, it was just, okay, we had a business, we had clients, we had this and all that, but I wasn't knowledgeable of, like, the real deal way. Until I started talking to people, they're like, you know, man, you gotta get you some insurance, man, you gotta get you some bonding, you gotta this and that, man. This how your marketing work. This how this and that work. I got so tired into that stuff, bro, about the business because, for one, this is how I would eat. 2, this is how I take care of my bills. 3, it's either this or you need to go find another job or something. You know what I'm saying? I got tired of that, bro. I got a book from like 7 years ago, bro, like when I was staying like in Lewis Place, no, not Lewis Place, probably like 5-6 years ago, I had a book, bro, like a whole bunch of job applications, and that jobs that I look at now, like I can't even believe I applied for that, bro. Like I got the job names, the numbers to like the places, people names that I can call and like ask for this and that. I had a whole book, bro. I wish I could find it because like that book would be motivation right now.
Yeah.
But that goes back to showing too, like, bro, you can get a job. Like I don't care what nobody say. You can get a job.
Right.
You can get a job, but you know that, bro. I used to tell you all the time, bro. Like UPS, bro. You done got me into a lot of places, bro. Like I don't can't be all the time asking about jobs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm gonna always try. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, I feel like this is like the best decision I ever made. For one, I can be there for my kids. You know what I'm saying? Whatever curriculum activities that they have, I can just if it comes down to it, I can stop what I'm doing. And I can get to them, you know what I'm saying? If it come down to it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that, okay, you work for yourself, that means you stop what you're doing every time they call about your kids.
Yeah.
No. It ain't like that. And that's where it comes in as far as balancing being a father, you know what I'm saying, and being an entrepreneur. Because I think people get it mixed up when they discuss a business owner and an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Because a business owner, you can have a good job, bro, but you can probably have a business on the side. Yeah. It's probably doing good or giving you, you know, some extra income on top of your income. But an entrepreneur, that's all he got. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's either you gonna get up and run your business, or you gonna sit in the house all day and you're not gonna make no type of money. And if you don't make no money that day, that's the day you just lost. It ain't no PTO, it ain't no sick days or nothing like that. If I go, what's today? Friday, right? Mm-hmm. Most people get checks on Fridays, right? Yeah. If I ain't go to work there, I wouldn't got no money. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? That's like, I don't know what's gonna happen next Friday. Some people are like, well, I know I'm gonna get anywhere from $600 to $800 next Friday. I don't know that. Yeah. Even right now, I don't know what's gonna happen next Friday. Like, that's the thing about it. Like, and then try like. When you working for yourself, it's like you have to work. Whatever comes, you have to go get that money. Like you have to go work. Because if you don't, you missed out. And then it's like, okay, what you gonna bring back? Because I don't know nobody that can take care of kids without no money. You know what I'm saying? Like impossible, dog. I don't know. But as far as balance, it's hard though because you work more, you get more money. Mm-hmm. That's less time for your kids though. You spend more time with your kids that take time from work. And it's like, you trying to balance that. Mm-hmm. Then at the same time, your own body tired from just all that regardless. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, then when you do kind of get a chance, you just so tired, you be feeling like, man, then you start feeling bad because you tired. But what you supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh no, it's just like, you kind of gotta like chalk it sometimes, man. You gotta just, and then like you say, with people like, with us being the dads and the man, the provider and stuff like that, because I done seen both sides. I done been a provider with family, and I done been a provider like having to provide for myself and still have to take care of my kids. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? On the outside, and like, that's frustrating sometimes. Yeah. It is. It really is. It's frustrating because I take care of 2 kids in another household, then I take care of 1 child in a whole other household. I take care of all 3 of my kids. They live in 2 different households. Then on top of that, my thing is, see, me and my brother always, my mom and the man never let us go nowhere without each other, you know what I'm saying? So, that was, with me having 2 baby mamas, that was my biggest thing, like, to have my kids together. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of anything, they brothers, I'm finna make sure they grew up together. Like, that's why even like right now, like, it's been 8 years since, you know what I'm saying, my oldest 8, middle child 7, my youngest 6. So it's like they got 8 years of being around each other. They bond like this. But like, you know, who knows in the next couple of years, who knows if my baby mama may go out of state or something. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? At least they had that bond still. At least they grew up with that bond. You know what I'm saying? I can't really do nothing about what's gonna happen in the future. You know what I'm saying? They don't live under my roof right now. Not saying that it won't happen like, you know what I'm saying, years later. But it's hard trying to like do that, and I think that's what some kids, moms, like they don't understand that. Like they don't give enough credit to the ones that they got their own, like cause it's not rare for us young dudes, you know what I'm saying, to have their stuff together, like have their roof over their head where they can, you can bring my kids over here, or they can stay over here, or you got something, they can, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. They so used to like people like that's probably still their mom or something. Not saying like I'm not judging nobody. Yeah. But I'm just saying they used to that. They used to like a dude not be able to stand up and say, hey, yeah, you can drop them off over here. I can get them. Yeah, they need to let it. Yeah, they can stay here tonight. They can stay tonight. Some dudes say, I gotta see, man. I gotta figure out what I'm probably gonna stay over here. So it's you know what I'm saying. I feel like they gotta respect us type more, you know what I'm saying? And you do have to give respect to get it, but like I say, nowadays, bro, like we seen it as providers and this and that, so it's like balancing is hard. It's hard, bro.
It's a hard job, bro.
It is.
And it's like you say, like you can get so frustrated, and that's something I'm working on a lot right now, bro. Like not allowing that frustration to like make me almost go off the edge. Cause sometimes, bro, like I done got so frustrated, bro. It's like I'm frustrated because my body tired and my mind tired. Like I'm just tired, bro. And then I come home and it's like I really, really, really want to give my kids and my wife all of me.
You do. I know you do.
But sometimes I can't. And then because I know I can't, because I'm so worn out at times, I'm frustrated and I'm quick-tempered. And that's something that
you working on.
I'm working on. And I get myself in a place of where I say things I shouldn't say. Yep. You know, I do things I shouldn't do, you know, and I might hurt people's feelings. And then I got to go back on my words. And that's all a part of growing, you know. We still growing as men, bro. We still growing as people. And one thing about it is you always got to know, bro, like you still learning, you know.
Yeah, as long as you realize it. I feel like as long as you realizing that, like I used to do the same thing, dog. I used to like work all day, bro, get home and just, my kids would do the littlest thing that just irritate me, bro. And I just snap. Like I used to be like, nah, look at it like, dang, dog, like, they don't even like really understand like they kids, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They only been on this earth for 6, 7, 8 years, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I used to be like, dang, like I'm tripping, man. I know I'm tripping, like I'm tired. My hair hurt right now. You know, then you think about it later, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I feel like as long as you realizing that, like you okay, I need to work on that. I need to be a little bit calm with them, you know what I'm saying? Like still be a daddy, but realize that. Work on yourself before you snap. Is that even really worth snapping by? Like make sure first, like you know what I'm saying?
It's real.
Like stuff like that, cause I know what you're talking about. Like you can get stressed out. Like you probably came from work and somebody pissed you off or something. You come home with it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, you bring that thing to your house.
It goes back. Like I said, like I'm glad I was able to see both sides of that. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they don't know what it's like to live in a household with a family or take care of a family. They just know the side of just take care of themselves. Or they take care of a family right now. They don't know how to adapt to like when they get out of that. They have to take care of themselves and start over. They don't know that. You know what I'm saying? I had to do that. I had to start over. Like that was my whole thing. Like I was so scared. Like when I would take care of a family, I was in the household with my firstborn. It's like I felt like, man, if I do all this and build all this up, what if something happen? I gotta start over. You know what I'm saying? His mama don't know nothing. They ain't gotta start over. They can just continue. Me, I gotta start over. I gotta go back to my people's house, my mom's house, whatever. I gotta just start from bare scratch. So it's like when I did get to that point, you know what I'm saying, I had to make a move and, you know, it's either I'm gonna sit in my mom's house, stay in my mom's house, or I'm gonna take care of my business, I'm gonna get my own apartment, I'm gonna get my own spot, some of my kids can come, because it was getting frustrated. Even when we were separated, I was by myself with my kids. I had to bring my kids to like my mama house or my grandma house, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't no problem. Don't get me wrong. That's their grandma, their great grandmas, their uncles, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But it's like it goes back to like working and being tired and stuff. And that's like you getting off work and you got your kids. You know you finna go back to your mama house because that's where you stay at. So you get your kids, where they going at? They going with you, right? You go to your house. tired. You want to get you some rest too. You want to be able to lay down. If your kids want to go in that room, watch TV, they want to run around, whatever, they can do that. But when you at your people's house, you know your mama don't play that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even get a little second of rest without hearing your kid something. You know what I'm saying? Hitting the ground or something. You like, man, come on, man. But it's like, bro, when I got my own, got someone for my kids to come, bro, it's like, that made me go hard. Cause it's like, bro, can't nobody treat me no type of way. Can't nobody kick me out. Can't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like, them kids can walk through that door whenever they want to. They can go sleep and lay their head wherever they want in this house. Like, they good. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I've seen both sides. So it's like, nah, it's like, that's why I go so hard. Cause can't nobody take that from me. You know what I'm saying? Cause I work for this. You can't take this from me. You ain't get this to me. You know what I'm saying? I take care of 3 kids. I'm under 30.
That's real.
That's not rare. You know what I'm saying? Real. Like, I'm under 30, bro. Like, my kids 6, 7, and 8. And at a point in time, my 2 oldest, they always the same age for like at least about 3+ months.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like,
that's how my 2 youngest.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real, bro. And it's like you say, can't nobody can't take this stuff from you, bro. And you just gotta continue to stay encouraged and know that, like, at the end of it all, bro, you know, when your children older, they'll look back and say, bro, wow, I know my daddy loved me. Like, for real. Because like you say right now, okay, yeah, they young. You know, they don't really know what's going on right now. You know, they just living life. You know, these kids living with no care in the world, bro. They don't know what's going on. They could probably care less about what's going on. They just want to know, man, daddy, when the next time we finna eat something? When we going to the playground? Yeah. You know, when you gonna take me to the store and get a toy? Like, that's what they worried about. You know, so it's like, through all of this, you know, through the pain of it, through the struggle of it, through all of the difficulties, it's like, we always got to remember that there is an incentive. There is an incentive to continue being encouraged, to continue going forward, to continue doing the things that we know we're supposed to do. And like I said, we ain't got to do this stuff for no applause, you know. Now, every now and then it is good to know that people appreciate you.
Sometimes we need to hear that because we get that frustrated. All right. For real.
Man, for real,
sometimes
bro.
we do need to hear that from
That's
somebody,
real.
bro. I don't care who
That's real. That's real.
When you be going so hard, you be like, man, bro, man. It's like, I'm feeling like this when there's somebody out here that's not doing no initiative. They don't care.
Man, listen to me, bro.
Red carpet, like, written out for
my God. Well, I promise I'd be thinking that so much, bro. It's like, I be thinking, like, cause sometimes, bro, like, I be talking to cats, bro. You know, cats that got kids, and they be telling me all the stuff that they don't do. And they be telling me how much they lady just love them. And I'm like,
bro, you got a red carpet out for you, bro.
What you mean to tell me you... Man, one of my boys told me, that man say, man, bro, I ain't even gonna front with you. Man, I eat, and I'm gonna just leave the plate right there on the couch. I was like, so what happened to the plate? My wife gonna get it. I was like, huh? Like, and he was just so serious. Like, he like, yeah, I don't do nothing around the house. I just go to work, bro. And I'm like, and I almost thought he was playing. So he like, no, I'm for real though, bro. He like, that's just how it is in my house. So I'm like, dang, you know. And it's like, I just couldn't even see myself doing that. But it just hit me like, dang, everybody ain't got the same life, you know.
Everybody different, bro.
Yeah,
like,
everybody different, dog.
When I really started like into that family stuff, like I used to see my people's grandma, like her granddaddy used to like go work all week, bro, like on the roof, like work all week, bro, like on the roof in the heat. Bro, I used to see this like, and on Friday they get paid every week. He'll come home with his check. I'm talking about literally before you walk in the door, he walk in the door with his check, handing it to his wife. And I used to like, when I first started seeing that, I used to start like, man, you got me messed up, man, you crazy, man. I ain't gonna be working all day and come straight here and get it. And I used to like, man, why you know what I'm saying? He used to tell me like, well, you know, everybody different. You know, we still old school, so it's like we used to work. The women was more responsible than men, so it's like we used to, as long as the bills and everything was paid, all we want was a hot plate. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Which that was cool. Don't get me wrong, but it's like nowadays you do that. It's like
Alright.
the generation different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you ain't no old school cat, if you ain't got no old soul, that's not gonna make a sense to a lot of people. It didn't make sense to me for a long time.
Yeah.
It still don't, but I just don't judge that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is what
because
it is.
it is what it is. Like
Straight up.
now, like I see a lot of people that had that discussion, like, oh, the men pay all the bills. You know what I'm saying? The women do this, and like we was going back before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now it's different. Now people be having discussions about, is it a bad thing for them to go 50-50?
Yeah.
Or if it's this and that, like, I just feel like it's all up to you.
Yeah,
like,
straight
you
up.
know what I'm saying?
Do what's right for your house.
Yeah,
you know, and that's what you gotta do. That's real.
It's up to you, bro.
That's real, bro.
Everybody, like you say, everybody different, man.
That's real.
Everybody different.
That's real, dog. And it's like I'm just appreciative, man, to have dads around me to like really keep me encouraged. Because when I see other dads that are out here doing what's right, you know, trying to do what's right by their children, you know, like you say, and at least just making that effort, bro. And I'm like, you know, I gotta keep going, you know, because I might be the encouragement for the next man. Oh, yeah. You know, it might be other men looking at me and saying, dang, well, I see what Shard doing. I gotta keep going now. You know, even though I feel like giving up. And that's why I wanted to start this podcast, because I'm like, you know, I know I ain't the only one that be feeling the way I be feeling. Sometimes, bro, like I be feeling like, dog, maybe it ain't like, it just ain't worth it. Like, you know, to go through all this stuff I'm going through, you know, and be so stressed out at times, bro, and be feeling like I don't know who I can even talk with, who can relate. But then I started talking with cats about the stuff, and
you see, you ain't the only one.
And man, boy, I know what you're talking about.
Sometimes, yeah, you gotta hear other people's side of the story, so real. You kind of get what, you know what I'm saying? Oh, dang, bro, they got it worse, or he can't even see his kids.
Man,
I had to start like using those examples,
that's
bro.
Real,
to start like
bro.
making me not saying like I'm vulnerable. Never had to like make me feel better, cause like, bro, I never like this ain't nothing towards anybody, none of my kids' moms, but it's like once I started going through that, and then child support came in the picture. And I knew for a fact that I thought I would never ever have to go through that, no matter what.
Yeah.
That just goes back to where like being young, and you know what I'm saying, not knowing really what you getting yourself into, like. And once you on them papers, it's like that's it. It ain't no we'll take you always. No, once you on it, you gotta pay that money.
Yeah.
Like, so it goes to a factor to where I was used to like just doing for my kids. Why I gotta pay these people here? And then I still want to do the stuff that I've been doing for my kids. You know what I'm saying? So I got so wrapped around that. It's like I was paying. It was so much money I had to pay for it. I used to be like, man, I gotta do this. I still want to take my kids here and do this with me, pay this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it got frustrating. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, man, when I don't pay it, okay, I'm doing this. I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm still taking care of the kids, still getting them, still buying stuff, whatever. But if I pay this, like, I can't afford to do both. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, then it's like you can't even really get mad at the moment because, for one, you your own man. Yeah. You laid down with it, you know what I'm saying? You did this, you know what I'm saying? You gotta take your responsibility. You know what I'm saying? You made your bed, lay in it. I understood that. Then it's like, you had a child by this person. So it's like, whatever she got going on, however she felt that way to do that, you know what I'm saying? You gotta just talk because you had this child. Whatever come with them kids, you gotta take that. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't gonna be sweet. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and we was young. You know what I'm saying? So my other child, mama, she didn't do that. No matter how much we bump heads, that's why I kind of respect her a little more because no matter what, I'm talking about just we don't bump heads so hard and still do. Yeah. It's like she never crossed that level. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I was a person that didn't take care of my kids, I would, you know what I'm saying? I respect that. I would understand why you did that. But when it comes to like, you know, I gotta go back to being young. Stuff happened out of spite. You know, stuff happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm not blaming nobody. I can blame myself if I need to blame anybody. You know what I'm saying? But that just goes to the point of being frustrated. It's done been times where I used to be like, man, you know what, bro? Forget it. Going through these court days and stuff, hey, if you don't pay this, we're finna put you in jail, we're finna take your license. I got tired of hearing all that stuff. I got to the point I was like, you know what? Do what y'all gotta do. Cause I know in my heart that I do what I'm supposed to do for my kids plus more. So even if the judge don't know that, even if I ain't got no proof to show that, In my heart, I know that. God know that. My kids know that. My baby mamas even know that. So if it comes down to this point, do what y'all gotta do. Lock me up, whatever you gonna do. Cause
straight up,
I'm to that point now. You know what I'm saying? And I had to just like kind of chalk it, bro. I just had to like learn, like, man. That's why now that I got 3 kids, it's like it goes back to me saying like it was a big deal when I had mine because I was young. People weren't having kids. Like it was, but it's like that was still a big deal around my time. So it's now. I ain't in the point where people just like, he got 3 kids, he don't have 3, how old? I ain't in that no more. Now everybody having kids. Now it's kind of like a normal thing now, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I beat the game by saying, you know what? No, I ain't having no more kids right now. That's not even on my mind. Like, 10 years now, my kids will be 16, 17, and 18. You know what I'm saying? I'll be 37.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still in my 30s, bro. I'm not even 40 yet.
Yeah.
My life would, you know what I'm saying? By that time, my life should be set. And I'll still be able to live my life. I'll still be able to be young. My kids will be older. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I don't really sweat, like, rush a relationship right now. I've been single for about 3, maybe going on 3+ years now. It's been 3 going on 4. It might be 4. But it's like I actually learned how to be by myself. I learned how to like really just provide for myself. I learned how to provide for myself and my kids outside of that. I learned how just to orchestrate everything, like run a business, you know what I'm saying, by myself. I learned to deal with myself. I learned my insecurities, my flaws. I learned stuff that I need to work on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's important stuff.
And that's important stuff because you get so tied up in taking care of your kids and trying to make sure you the best dad. Sometimes, bro, it ain't even about being the best dad, bro. It ain't even, bro, it ain't even about that, bro. It's just about being real with yourself as far as being a dad. Because, honestly, like, my dad, bro, like I was telling my little brother today, like, I probably remember him one time at a field trip at my school when I was young. Other than that, because, like, my child now be having, like, some problems in school sometimes, like, as far as behavior sometimes. And it hurt me to my soul sometimes that I can't get there because I'm working. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't just stop, dude. I can, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes his grandma may run up there, you know what I'm saying? And that's my child, but it's like, now that I think about it, that's what I'm gonna do. But when I think about it, when I used to get in trouble in school and all this stuff and that, bro, my dad, I don't never remember my dad being there, bro. Like coming up there and that, like I probably remember one time like, I went to juvenile or something, and he had to pick me up, but that whole ride from that night from the juvenile detention center to my house, he didn't say nothing. Yeah. I just got in the car. He was like, "You can call me tomorrow," and that was it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I was more scared for him to call my mama, if anything. Yeah. But that's just goes back to saying, like, it's frustrating, bro. Like, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You have to take care of so much things, and just, I think my thing is, I don't be focused on, like, the right now. I be frustrated about what's gonna happen in 10 years later. Like, these boys gotta go to college, so they gotta have cars, they gonna want this, man, that stuff is it, man. Listen, bro, and the way the world going on right now, it's scary, bro. Like, it's real scary, bro.
And that's why one thing I try to keep my mind focused on this. Like the words say, you can't don't care. Like, don't let your cares be for tomorrow. You know, it's like, man, God take care of the birds. He take care of the lilies, the flowers in the field. He do all that stuff. And it's like, the question that was asked in that scripture was, aren't you more than the flowers of the field and the birds in the air? Like, yeah, of course we are. Like, we mean more to God than that. So it's like, with that, we got to know that he going to take care of us. We just got to do what we supposed to be doing. And it's like, and then at the end of it, it say, tomorrow is going to have its own worries. Today got its own, like, today is going to have its own worries. And it's like, man, I can't even worry about tomorrow because, shoot, I don't even know if I ain't even promised to make it till next week or the next 10 years. It's like, and like me too, still trying to learn to just live every day, just focused on how can I cherish every day? How can I cherish my children, you know, my family every day? Because it's like, in our mind, like you say, we start getting 20 years out. And it's like, man, bro.
You do, bro. That's my problem.
Like,
too, man. You got so many people like, man, planning for your future and this and that. And yeah, you is doing that. But like you said, you still got to live for today. Like,
right.
bro, we ain't even finished with tonight, bro. It's what? It is like 8 o'clock something right now.
8:50.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even know what's going to happen later on tonight. The game ain't even over with.
That's real.
And it's frustrating. It really is, bro. Like, just from, I'm speaking from my situation. You know what I'm saying? I can't really speak on nobody. So you may go to my Facebook, you can go to my Instagram, you may go to my Snapchat and all this stuff. Oh, they this and that. Yeah, of course that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, most of the time, I post about, you know what I'm saying, like failures and stuff. I really like to post about failures more than I do, you know what I'm saying, accomplishments. Because for one, if you see me, right, you know what I'm saying, at this lowest point, now you see me like towards hell, you gonna see, you may think, okay, he came up. Yeah, I did, don't get me wrong. But really, I'm just working on progress. I ain't working on like straight to the top. You know what I'm saying? I ain't working on that because my biggest thing now is like, okay, now my kids ain't gonna have to struggle when they grow up. Like when they get older and they get out on their own and they want to do, hey, listen, man, you got a van, you got a couple vans right there, man. Y'all boys gonna wash them car. You know about it already. You'll never go broke. You'll never go broke. So that's something like that made me happy. I felt like I did something. Like I was learning a lot, bro. I used to. You know how people be like, always put some money up for rainy days, this and all that. Okay, you gotta save, keep putting up, do whatever you working, whatever you save money, you put it to the side. When that rainy day do come, you gotta take that money now you ain't got nothing. When the next rainy day come, now you ain't got nothing. That's when I started learning about stuff like life insurance, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can go tomorrow, get a policy, pay for it, die the next week, you know what I'm saying? And then your kids are gonna be straight. You feel me? Versus to like saving your money for all these years when you could have been using that same money investing or something. You know what I'm saying? But something came up. Now you gotta use all your emergency funds or whatever. When you could have got a policy, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, I'm still learning about all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning about a lot of this stuff. Like I wish that I would have knew. You know what I'm saying? I really wish I would have knew.
That's real, man. That's real, man. So my last thing. I'm gonna ask you this last one. Like, what has been your greatest accomplishment you would say as a father? Like, what's like the greatest, like the thing that's made you like really feel the best about where you are right now as being a father? Like, what's your greatest accomplishment?
I'd probably say, bro, like honestly, like finding myself. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to me saying like being able to see both sides, like be able to like take care of a family, like in an actual household, take care of a family, young. Then like actually being by yourself in your own household, take care of your own stuff by yourself, and still having to take care of kids in different homes. You know what I'm saying? Cause that was my biggest thing. Like when I say when I was with my own kids, mom, like I got my apartment, we was going at it like bad, bro. I ain't even lie to you. I got my apartment, but I was like, when I got this apartment, I was scared though to do it. I was like, well, bro, you know, if you do this, like, that's it. Like, for real. Like, you can't just be like, okay, I'm gonna get it. I don't want it no more. Nah. When I did that, you know what I'm saying? It was like the biggest, like, best decision I ever made was just getting my own. Because it's like, I got tired of going back to my mama's house. I got tired of going to my grandma's house. And even with that, like, when I come back to them, they know something going on. They know, all right, but what happened? Why can I just walk in, just lay my head down without being like, what happened? I got tired of all that, you know what I'm saying? I got tired of people in my business. I just needed my own, bro. So it's like, once I got my own, and I actually got it by myself, I worked, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that I got all this by myself, it made it even more like, hey, bro, like, you can really do this. Like, if you wanted to, like, if I had to bet on myself, I would bet on myself because I know I can do it. But just like spending them years by myself, like behind these walls, you know what I'm saying, that back room just thinking, like I started learning myself, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of stuff I used to get frustrated with my kids about. I used to be like, bro, you this way, like you not perfect. Like think about when you was in school, like think about the stuff that used to get to you. Think about the way you grew up. Think about it now. Think about why you affected now, things from your past. Think about what they going through. Don't be like be hard on them, but don't be too hard. Like you be understandable. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. So I just go to like thinking like I find myself. Like I didn't go into a deep relationship, get out of that, and then go into another one and get deep. I didn't do that, which most people used to do. They get out of a relationship, they get vulnerable, you know what I'm saying, and then they go into another, then they fall for that. Now they stuck in that. I didn't do that. I got up out of that. I ain't gonna say I got up out of that. God had different plans, you know what I'm saying? So when I got by myself, I took that time. I knew I had to go through that time to get myself together, which was scary. You know, I ain't know how I was gonna do it, but I had to. And when I did, it's like I felt a lot better, bro. Like I ain't have nothing in me that I ain't had no regret. I didn't have nothing. I just seen what I could do for myself. You know what I'm saying? So that made me more happy and like, I'm like, bro, you really doing this now? Like you in the business now? You doing it? It's possible. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look up like all the stuff about owning a business and entrepreneurs and stuff, that stuff is hard.
Yeah,
that stuff is scary too, bro. Not like no job security and stuff like that. Cause women days, boy, I done sat in this house like with no phone calls, like no work, no none of that. And then the next week it's popping. And the next week it's slow. And then you know up and down. It's like I done been on my phone so many. I pay so much money for my phone. I done been on that phone so many times, bro. I'm talking about. But like I said, bro, I probably say my biggest accomplishment was just like putting me first. You know what I'm saying? I was putting everybody first, like even my kids. Like, yeah, your kids come first, but you gotta put you first. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't take care of yourself, how you gonna take care of them?
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and people don't understand, bro. Like, I know there's other dudes. I know people like around a little bit older than me. They got 6 and 4 and 5 kids and stuff. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but I do exactly what I'm supposed to do, and we still all go through our stuff. Straight up. Like I said, I feel like ain't nobody perfect, but you just gotta respect the person that's giving effort. You know what I'm saying? And everybody out here trying. It ain't just one or 2 dads out here. I mean, like I said, people don't even get to see their kids. You know what I'm saying? So
for real.
Some stuff you gotta chalk and just be grateful that you know what I'm saying? Like I go back to saying, like, I'm glad I have my kids from the people that I have them from because I know them. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all gravy. It's not. But it's just, that's how life is, bro. Like, you don't know how it's going to be determined to be. You know what I'm saying? You may think this going to happen, and hey, 5 years later, you in a whole different environment. You like, and you got to adapt to that. But once you adapt to that, bro, you find yourself and, you know what I'm saying? You put it in your mind, like, hey, dang, I'm doing this. And then you just focus on your kids, it'll fall in place. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't gravy. It ain't. I promise it ain't.
But it ain't gonna never be that.
It's never gonna be gravy, bro.
It's real.
But you just gotta, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to kids, bro, I just learned, like, if you have beef with their mamas, it's not gonna do no good. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much they may dislike you or how bad of attitude they may have, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because we got our ways too. But sometimes we may say stuff and we think we just right all the time too. You know what I'm saying? But we not, bro. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff, don't get me wrong, some stuff. But it's just like you say, the dads kind of like, I think we care more than, you know what I'm saying? And that just as far as like mentally wise. Cause like you say, the women, yeah, I give them their part. They gotta cook, clean, take care of the kids too, work and all that stuff. Nowadays, you gotta work full time now too. And that's hard too. So I can only imagine, like, you trying to balance yours too, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's frustrating. But it's all worth it though, dog. I promise you. That's why I always talk about 10 years later from now, bro. I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
You start a whole new life, dog.
Yeah.
For real.
That's real, bro. That's real. And I think we can end it right there, man. You know, it was everything what I expected, bro. Real. You know, real.
Yeah, all night.
Real conversation, bro. And I expected nothing less because I know, you know, like I say, I watched you from a distance. You know, I keep my eye on you, and that's why every time I see you, you know, I holler at you, hey, what's up with you, little bro? You know, just make sure you good, you know. But I see you, bro.
I ain't expect this, bro. I ain't expect none of this. Like, running my own business and being by myself, like, for the time being, all this stuff. I ain't expect none of this.
Yeah.
At all, bro. But like you said, God, he got his own way, bro. Like, you gotta just go with the flow sometimes.
Straight
like,
up.
Whatever, just follow the lead and just go.
Straight
like
up.
Say, bro, there's been plenty of time, bro, I done been in that back room right now.
Hey, well, I remember times you calling me, boy.
Yeah, bro, like, hey, bro, I
Real.
need you, bro. Like, I need to pray for you to come this way, this and all that, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Bro, it's still like that to this day.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's better, like, you know what I'm saying? it's different, bro. But like I said, I thank God for everything, bro. Everything just played out. It ain't perfect, but you know what I'm saying. Everything's straight. Like you know what I'm saying. I'm working for myself. I'm not going backwards. I ain't working for nobody ever again.
Yeah.
That's not being cocky, selfish, or nothing. It's just like that's real. That's what my life at now, bro. Like I made my decision. I made a sacrifice, and I feel like that was the best thing. I feel like that was for me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the reason why I never knew when people ask me what you want to do when you grow up. I never knew that. I never knew that answer really like that. Yeah. I want to own my own business. But as soon as I say that, well, what type of business? I don't know. I just want to own my own business. That's all I knew. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I used to just, even when I was in college, bro, I ain't really passed no classes really like that, bro, but the business classes.
Yeah.
And now it all makes sense to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I just go to show. Like, I'm doing my own business, bro. I just want to show my kids that even if something was to happen to me, like, you know what I'm saying? They gonna hear about it. They gonna hear about me. They gonna, hey man, your daddy was a worker, but I made you work hard for real. Yeah. Man, ain't even play. Like, yeah. And every time somebody asks about it, your daddy, they gonna tell you some good things. They ain't gonna tell you no flaw stuff, no lying about him, no none of that. Like at all. They gonna tell you for sure, like your daddy took care of y'all. He did what he was supposed to do. He wasn't perfect. You know what I'm saying? Cause most dads they only hear from their child when the child call, you know, and stuff like that. They see him when they see him. You know what I'm saying? It don't been plenty of time. I see my dad in the store. He didn't even recognize me. Yeah. Like, it's just real, bro. Like, I promise you, bro. But like I say, ain't nothing towards him. I love him to death. I love him, my stepdad. I love all of them to death. I'm my own man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell them, y'all just take care of your grandkids, bro. That's it. I don't ask you for nothing. That's why. And for me to turn out how I did as a daddy with my situation, you know what I'm saying? I salute myself. You know what I'm saying? Cause that just go to show me like it ain't no excuse for nobody. That's real. I don't care if your daddy died before you was even born, like, and you have a child and you don't know nothing about being no daddy, bro. Just go with the flow, bro. Just you'll learn going down the line. I'm still learning, bro. Straight up. Everything I even teach my kid, I don't know if it's right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? But one thing they gonna be able to say is I took care of the kid. Like you ain't gonna be able to say. You can't stop about saying what they want to say as far as like bad stuff. You know, you can't stop that. You can't. But like us, that's like somebody tell you right now you a deadbeat. You in your heart, it's gonna hurt you because you know what type of person you is. Versus to it like, I don't care about that. No, that's like your baby mom, not your baby mom, your wife. If your wife was to tell you, hey Sean, you a bad dad. That's gonna hurt you for one. That's your wife, and her opinion means something to you. Yeah. So it's like that with my baby mom. Was like, I don't care about nobody's opinion, but they two opinions, it matters to me sometimes. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like I know these females I got kids from, and I used to always try to like work towards their expectations. Like, okay, as long as they happy, I'm good. I ain't gotta worry about it. I done heard so much, even negative stuff too, which I don't blame them for. You know what I'm saying? They females, they women, you know, and then my kids' moms, and also they dealt with my stuff way back too. You know what I'm saying? But I like how everything played out though. It ain't over yet neither though. Yeah. It ain't over. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the mid-time, like, it ain't over yet. Got a long ways to go. Yeah. Gotta keep on pushing, bro. Yeah, gotta keep pushing. That's real. I ain't tripping, bro. That's real, man. Hey, I love you, bro. Yes, sir. For real. Man, hey, well, that wrap up the 4th episode of Dad Can We Talk? Oh, yeah. I'm here with my brother, Ray Perosi. And, I mean, I hope y'all took something from that. We got a lot up in it, man. It's gonna be packed. We got to be back, bro. We got to run that back, and we got to run a part 2 on that, bro. It's a whole bunch of stuff. I still, like I say, I ain't got stuff I ain't even get to. But bro, that was good, man. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all, I got some shirts coming. The Dad Can We Talk shirts will be here on Monday. So y'all stay tuned for that. Y'all follow the Facebook page and find us on all platforms that offer podcasts. You will find us there. Go in and hit the search bar. Dad, Can We Talk? And we'll pop up, man. So y'all stay tuned. All the dads, keep your heads up. That's it. That's real. No matter what you're going through, keep your head up, man. As long as you deep down, you make an effort, you're going to be blessed. I promise you that. I promise you, no matter what. Just keep your character, be a good dad, no matter what your kids' moms go through. understand their side too. You know what I'm saying? Don't just look at your side. Understand everything. Just be a man about it. You know, take what come with it, and just pray. That's it. Everything will be straight.
Straight up.
I'll tell you that from experience. For real, I'm 27, 3 kids, ages 6, 7, and 8, and I work for myself. I live by myself. I take care of everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't complain about nothing.
That's real.
Pray.
That's
Shout
real.
out to my boy Shard, man.
Yeah. Hey, we out of there.